Abasonake.
Napa la mara ravati, e il suo, e che ne sia la wahauna, burrati. Tirama! Oh, ma hey, wow, ni me vina. Hey, how about Bobby Teeny? But the wrong days, kick about it. My lamina. Let's bet about. No boom, no boom, nab, cheap. Well, me, no.
I can see my Fufufino.
Oh, dim lao. Dim lao. Punta bana la have it. Hey, me, meow. Me, la hell. Hey. He down. He moral titi. Meow. Ho kumalao. Ho kumi. Let him dash. Hey, no. Yeah. Good in I'm laying.
I can see my Abasonake.
Rotun. In Calantina? Napa la mara ravati, e il suo, e che ne sia la wahauna, burrati. Hey, how about Bobby Teeny? But the wrong days, kick about it.
I can see my
dejé mi vida, dejé mi amor. Cuando salí de Cuba, dejé enterrado mi corazón. Que yo me voy pa' La Habana, que yo me voy pa' La Habana. Que yo me voy pa' La Habana, hermano.
Drinks on me, a follower.
Mi corazón no lo tengo aquí. Cuba me está esperando, me está guardando que vuelva allí. Cuando salí de Cuba, dejé mi vida, dejé mi
Look at
amor.
my damn Zebby.
Cuando salí de
Son Saba Dibisam. Fufufino Dima. Oh. Sumena Mema. Abasonake. Son Saba Dibisam. Fufufino Dima. Look at my damn Zebby. Chicken Dragon Zima. Abasonake. Fufufino Dima. Son Saba Dibisam. Look at my damn Zebby. Chicken Dragon Zima.
Hey, people. Welcome back. We're doing it once again. Desperately. I'm here as always. My good friend Chris Preacher. Matt is still on vacation. We'll get him back. He will not be doing ISL. I'm sorry to say. music will be coming down shortly. There we are. Chris, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing the best I can.
We're all doing.
I'm
the
here to
best we
lose,
can.
though.
We're all doing the best we can. Actually, things have gotten very dramatic in the madhouse. Before we, in that countdown, we had a fire start just shortly before we came into the show, and it's quickly getting out of hand. I feel like we could lose a Matt.
I was surprised that we hadn't already lost a Matt. And because there was just two of them in there for a while, but then the guy came in, he's wearing overalls and a gold chain. So I'm curious about how his week's been.
I think it's been pretty good. How's your week been?
It's definitely been better than the other two Matts.
Yeah, don't doubt it for a second. Well, today we have a great show planned. Although I do have a little bit of bad news, which is that I had an overnight shoot this week, and I did not have time to finish Florida Road. So that's going to come next week. But I just want you to know that whole thing has been written. Geraldo has graciously recorded it for us, so that will be coming next week. But we did. Man, something. So take a look.
Did we now?
Desperate losers. Prize wall. My God, they're beautiful.
So you can now see that last prize as suggested to us and with unanimous accord from the chat. 500 points. It's something twice as good as fucked up Kojak cards, and that is the nighttime rambling of Larry King, star of Larry King Live. So if you spend 500 points, we will get insight into that twilight mind. Larry King Live. As always, 25 points will get you a non-functional token. 100 points gets you that Geraldo roast. 150 if you're adding the countdown when we go back to that. I think we'll probably resume that next time. Because I have a feeling we are not going to see much more than that. Just to give you a sense of how bad things have gone, just in these few moments since the last time we looked at the screen. There's an entire room on fire. Their living room is just gone.
That's not shocking.
No, but still all of them alive. All of them are still alive. Chris, in addition to the prizes that I just showed you, you can now also, for 500 points, also get your very own framed version of the Joan of Arc baked $4, 4 of them for $5. Commemorating this wonderful sale of Joan of Arc.
Wow. Can I be so bold as to ask how you acquired such an item?
Well, the frame used to have my cousin's second marriage wedding picture in it. That marriage did not work out, so I replaced that photo with an ad for Joan of Arc baked bean, and this frame and baked bean ad.
It's gorgeous. I mean, really, you remember the smell of the supermarket circular?
I do.
You don't get that from an app. You just don't.
You know, we started a card last time.
We sure did.
And I feel like we definitely need to finish this today. There's also some other business that we have to go through. My apologies to chat today. I'm just ever slightly so looped because I haven't really. I woke up at 6 a.m. to reset up the show because I had to tear all this down for that shoot. I am underslept, but still have all the usual stuff for you. And one of the things that transpired on the last episode, I don't know if you remember this, Shifty once again accused us of short shrifting him on point. So that's correct. And we all know what happens when that happens, which is we have a trial. Now, this is not going to be a full trial. It's going to be something a little bit different. Let's throw that out. this is not going to be a full trial. It is going to be a grand jury special victims unit investigation. So, you know, there's not a lot of evidence here. Basically, what happened is that Shifty claimed that, you know, I thought we kind of fucked up, and when we did the accounting, we doubled Shifty's points in his spending point. So we'll take a look at the first little bit of evidence here, which is Shifty claiming he should be 100 points higher. Now, we dug back into the materials, and if you take a look at the leaderboard from I've got them for the last 4 weeks, and you'll note in the first right from March 20. I'm gonna go ahead and do that full for us. You'll notice that in March 20th, we've got Shifty at 128 points, 128 spending points. So they're both equal. I think we had maybe just implemented the separate score system. And then on March 27th, following week, he spends his 100 points to roast. Remind me, who did we roast? Oh, it was Pustu. We roasted Pustu.
Yeah.
And then, if you notice, this is where I think we started making our accounting error, Chris. On April 3rd, he's got 229 points and matching 229 spending points. I think this is our error. There's a little bit more I'm going to say about this date in a moment, but like, it's pretty clear to me, it's pretty clear that that's what happened. See, and here he is, as of last episode when he made the claim, 310. Now, in this episode here, April 3rd, this is when Birdie called in, and we gave him 100 points. But he went from 133 to 229, you know, which is like
weird.
96 points, right?
Yeah.
And it's entirely possible that he lost 4 points at some point in that process, but I don't know it for certain. And so what my inclination would be, I'm going to put this to the grand jury to really help us decide how we want to deal with it. My inclination would be to just give Shifty as a token of good faith the 50 points on his spending, because we don't know. I mean, he's definitely down at least 4 points, maybe. Could be more than that. I don't think it's 50 points. It would probably be like 10 or something like that. But like, I'm thinking we'll give him 50 as a token of goodwill, but he's got to come down the 100 on his spending point to get that.
Yeah.
That would be my
which is interesting, because had Shifty said nothing, he would have 100 extra spending points.
It's true. Which, you know, is a lesson to everyone watching Desperate Losers. Shut your fat yap.
The points don't matter.
Yeah, points. I mean, we all know the points don't matter. That is the point of this game. But you know, this is also going to affect everything in the leaderboard. So I don't want to just go doling out 50 points without, you know, feeling out the audience feel that we should give Shifty the full 50. They feel like we should do something else. Like, what's the feeling out there, chat? Let us know. Drop it in. And, you know, at the end of the show, we'll assess those responses. Shifty, of course, will all in. But let's get into it. Right? Let's get into it when we figure out what we're doing there. The number to call in and play is 917-524-7853. Card from last time, the winning numbers are 20 and a 50. Looking to give this card away. You know, maybe we'll do a little pre-qualifying game to figure out how many of these spots we're going to give away.
Yep.
Maybe we'll just scratch. No one says anything.
Scratch in silence, a new element of this.
We're just being watched by bots? Like, what is happening? Only Shifty in the chat, really. Not helpful to these proceedings, Shifty. Well, Chris, why don't we just do this? This will be for the orphans.
Yeah, let's do it for the orphans.
One, what do you think? What do you think this would be for the orphans?
I think that it's going to be 18.
You think it's going to be 18?
I don't know. I always want it to be 18. I want a card that's all 18s.
Let's see. Holy shit! It is an 18.
Is it really?
It really is.
Wow. How many points are we giving the orphans?
10. Oh, I don't know. How many points should we give the orphans? And normally we'd give 10 points. But I think that I'm feeling generous to the orphans.
Okay, 25 points to the orphans.
Yeah. Chat. What are we feeling for this second? Take numbers. Get it right. I feel like we've established a precedent. For this card, 25 points if you actually get the number out right. 50 saying a 1, Sun King saying a 12, Really Serial saying 55.
I think that's a good guess, really, Serial.
Could be. Could be. Take a guess for the orphans, Chris. You're on a roll here.
Did they go up to 30 on this?
I don't.
Let's
I
do
don't think we've ever
30.
seen a 30.
You never see
Alright.
a 30? Then let's say 29.
29. Find out. 16.
It's awful.
Nobody gets that one.
No.
Number 3. What are we feeling? What are we feeling?
Do you think it's going to be higher or lower than 20? I think it's going to be higher than 20.
I think it's going to be lower than 20. I don't think
Yeah?
it goes much higher than 20. It may not go beyond 20. Getting a 17 from 50 Merchant, 8 from Sun King, 2 from Serial. What say you for the orphans, Chris?
I say it's going to be 25.
25. Sticking with it.
It's going to be a winner. The next scratch is our
It's a 14.
doorway to gateness. It's a 14. Great. Okay.
Yeah. This is for nobody.
Something is wrong.
Agreed.
I wonder if I should even give Shifty points for his drops today, since we're gonna figure out how many points he's getting.
Well, no, he shouldn't. He can't take away his drop money. That's, he's earned 2 points today.
I'm gonna go mad with power. I think it's about that time.
Such pathetic small. You really only have the power to piss off one guy who's probably 3 beers deep in Missouri right now.
I mean, listen, that's kind of what I did for my whole career in Brooklyn.
What are we saying this fourth one's gonna be? Shifty, I heard all your voicemails, my friend. Like I said, this was a rough week for me with this shoot, so I did not load those in, but they will get loaded in there. Sun King saying 13 over here. We're approaching a straight here. We got a 15 on the board. We got a 16, 14, and 18. We get a 15, 19 in the mix. Really put us over the top. Sun King with 13, Really Serial with 17, Shifty Merchant with 3. What are the orphans going for here, Chris?
The orphans are going for 4.
Orphans are going for 4. Now I'm gonna put out a proposition. There are 14 people watching this. One person. For all you lurkers, chat in a number. I will give you double. Right? It would be 50. Unprecedented on a cast. Right? It's got to be like a first-time chatter. It's got to be one of these lurkers that's not chatting in.
Yeah. As is tradition, we will reward whoever's the newest viewer of this show.
We just want to burn all the people who are loyal to us.
Anybody who's helped us along the way, fuck them.
Fuck you. Yeah. When you first help us, we love you, and then almost immediately.
You know why? Because that's the showbiz way.
It's the show. 50 saying the bottom left is 17. All right, well, that one's blown. 18, 16, 14. That's 17. Really put this in great territory. Wait. 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah. One more and we got a straight.
Ooh, what happens when we get it straight?
I'm going to give everybody in the chat 5 points.
All 3 of them?
All 3 of them.
You're
No,
all
there
getting points.
There's 11 people not speaking. They could get those points. Go ahead and scratch off that bottom one because you already know what it is.
Yeah.
Let's put it over here. What do we think?
Damn, Sun King, you stole my number.
Let me think. 12, 50, 5. Really, cereal 6. Real is
9.
Dodge gold bar. The gold bar would only apply to the doubler box, but you know what? That is a first-time chat. I'm gonna
Sure is.
let's get some points to the real S Dodge. And you know what? I'm gonna hold that gold bar for when we get to the doubler bar.
And what are we doing? 25 points for first time chat?
Yeah. So, Chris, tell me what the orphans are thinking this is gonna be, and let's find out.
I think the orphans are thinking it's going to be 11.
Be an 11. Real is Dodge, you may have been watching, but I don't think you have ever chatted in the latest incarnation of this show. 9. I don't think anybody had that one. Check out that doubler box, though, for Real is Dodge. Anybody else have any guesses on what we're going to see in the old dub?
It's going to be a potato. Nah, it's going to be a rainbow.
It's going to be a rainbow?
Yeah.
All right, so orphans are saying it's a rainbow. Anybody else have any guesses before I get the old stretch through? Pot of gold from Millie Cereal. Crown from Shifty Merchant. Let's take a look. Flaccid bag.
Wait, it's really a plastic bag?
I said a flaccid bag. Look
Oh.
at that deflated bag. Absolute fucking garbage.
Just a sack, huh?
Just empty sack with no fucking money.
Too bad.
This last song, "Shake the Funky Hula Away," it really feels like a song that would have been in the Ewok film. I'm gonna play it again for you. It feels like I'm just when they get to sing it.
No, it's honestly excellent.
It feels like an Ewok Village song.
Ewok Village? I don't know. I was getting like an unreleased B-side from The Wiz.
Unreleased piece. Well, you know what? Maybe not the Ewok Village. But certainly, I feel like it bears a striking resemblance to my favorite Star Wars universe song, "Lopty Neck," which is the disco song that got cut from Return of the Jedi and replaced with Jedi Rock.
And thank God, because that swept the nation.
Yeah, I feel like we just lost a viewer. Got Lopty Neck. This one over here, what do we think of that's gonna be?
Well, that was right there. I think it's gonna be. To me, it's just like 12.
Well,
Honestly, I think it's gonna be 9. Again,
yeah, 12, 19, and 20 out there.
do we already have a 9 or is it a 4?
It is a 9.
Okay, so
And
let's
a
do.
4. You got a 4.
All right, so let's do a 6.
You're not feeling the straight?
No,
Well, that's Sun King, though.
sure is.
Yeah, 25 large from Sun King.
Nice.
Sun King ever called in?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Sun King, call in. Give you 100 points. What do we think of this one?
Wow, that bumps him right above Shifty.
Is he? Take a look at that. Yeah, we have not looked at that leaderboard.
Hold on one second. Let me.
All right, well, fix it now.
Hey,
It'll
it's
update.
fixed.
It's fixed. All
It's
right.
fixed.
Well, there it goes. We got Cleve McDykel, of course, up there with 10,009 points. Cleve, call in 200 points. Bone Amputee, 478. Powering. That one call we. Clarky is here with 510. 400 for Starshine Kitten from her one call. Sun King, 318. That's a lot of numbers. I feel like Sun King called it at some point. Shifty Merchant, 312. Bacchus, 430. Oh. I think you sorted the spending points.
No, he turned in his stuff for.
I know, but the leaderboard should reflect 4, not their spending points.
Right.
Some top-notch accounting we do over here.
Yeah.
That still does not look right. Hold on. I'm going to sort it on my end. Let me see what we got.
All right.
There we go.
Oh, there we
Alright.
go.
Yeah. So this will update in a second. But number 1, we got Sleeve. Then Clarky's here.
But
Bacchus,
aligned.
Starshine Kitten, Sun King, Shifty. Who's Stu at 233? Visk, 168. Avi barely hanging on the board at 163. Just to give you an idea how barely he is on the board. The Orphans are hot at his heels. The Orphans could really pick him. What do we got going on here? Chris, what do you say?
I'm gonna try for 11 again.
11. Shifty
Oh.
agrees. Sun
Looks
King's
like
got
it.
10. Here's the dead air moment. Really good shit. And from Really Serial. A lot of real hurting reality going on today. We'll roll with it though. We're looking for a 10 or 11 here. Get an 8. Would have been $100,000. That had been one of our winnings. Last 2. Let's just do them. Yeah, for 1. What do we think these last 2 are going to be? You don't even have to name which one's which. Any good guess here? I'm going to count it. Five and 7 from Bruce 2. 2 from Shifty. He's thinking 2 2s. Sun King saying 11. 10. Oh, Shifty's coming in with that 1. Chris, what do you think these are?
2 and 4.
2 and a 4. Alright, let's do it. There is a 2. There's
Wow.
a 2 for you and Shifty. That's going to be 25 points for the Orphans and 25 for Shifty. But the card is a loser.
Loser.
Did we get a straight though? We got a 14, 13, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, that'll do it. This is going to be very annoying for you, Chris. 5 points for everybody who has chatted.
Okay. And Sun King's got points coming to him too for the 10.
Nice. Nice. Isn't this a brutal textbook cover here? Look at this unhappy woman in need of gynecological help.
Wow, it's
Rough,
it's
right?
a it's a
Brutal.
really it's the 8th edition, so they've had time to really class it up.
They have, yeah. This is what you like to see in a gynecology textbook. Just hurt face. Desperate to come in for night. Well, let's take some guesses. Do we think the bats are all still alive? Who Stu? Corpses do not need a gynecologist. True words have never been spoken. And if this stream had enough viewers to warrant t-shirts, I feel like that would be one of them.
God.
Maybe not. I feel like that might that might invite a lot of the wrong people to our show.
Yeah.
Chris, before I go over to the madhouse.
Uh
Do you think they're all alive?
Yes. But I think that the whole house is burned down by now.
You think the whole house is burned down?
Yeah.
How many piles of trash?
I think that there are like 8 piles of trash.
I think there's 8 piles of trash. Chat, give me a Matt life count and give me a piles of trash. Before we go to it, it's looking bad. That clown is still there. I'm gonna give you that. Shifty, the cops and fire department. The cops come only if there's a burglar. The fire department comes only if you call. Shifty saying there's 9 piles. 2 mad. Clown. I'm not seeing any other guesses to go to it. Taking a look here. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 piles of trash, 15, 16 piles of trash in the house. None out of it. Looks like all the mats still live. They have survived this fire, but they've lost basically the only things that bring them joy. They've lost television. Not looking good.
The clown won't go away, and it makes them sadder, right?
Yeah, the clown just it kind of wakes them up. That's why all the mats are underslept. Take a look. Are they all unhappy? I think they're all unhappy. Not a good one. This is really not a way to celebrate the life of our good friend here. Immiserating 3 totems. Well, let's play another game.
Maybe it's like as they age, he won't.
You think that that Matt is the portrait of Dorian Gray? You're saying these Matt's 3 are the portrait of Dorian Gray?
Yes, those Matt's 3, they will age, and he will remain youthful forever, or whatever he is right now.
I would love to see that, because I'm going to tell you right now, there is no mechanic in The Sims 1 for the Sims to age. But if they do, it would be proof positive that our very own New York Matt ain't never gonna die. Well, actually, one thing that did come up, may as well take care of this business. Now we got a couple little street teams. Throw those points around. Street team never worked. So we got 2 submissions this week. I really love this one from Shifty. It's at a place called Family Video.
Oh, nice.
It doesn't look like it is a living rental store. I'm going to guess this is a closed, which means that the only people who are ever going to see this sign, which he also affixed a losing scratcher to. Love that. The only people who are ever going to see this are the people who tear this down and put up a detention center in its place.
Oh my gosh.
Because that's all we're building in America these days.
Time to bring manufacturing back. Stop.
In this rich tradition of putting these in terrible places, we also got a wonderful here from Really Cereal. The bridge looks like with some lobster traps underneath it. Great.
What?
Your
You're lobster trapping in an urban environment.
In the bridge. Your very own Desperate Losers pull-off. Everybody calls us from this lobster trap bridge. I'm going to say that's 150 points.
Yeah.
It's who would even like stop in here, you know? But I love it. Love the spirit of our audience. You know, it is small, but it is mighty.
Oh, Sun King's clipped something out.
Oh, well, there's some
There's some points to be had for that.
yeah, there are some points to be had for that. I don't remember how many it was. You?
No.
Yeah.
How many points do you want, Sun King?
Yeah, you know what? Blank check. Sun King, write yourself a check. How many points do you want for that one? 100 points. We gotta give it to him.
Yeah.
100 points.
Brimini Jickets, a new follower.
Cornpone Telephone gets 5 points. I don't think Cornpone Telephone's on the board yet. Thank you for your follow,
yeah, he is.
Cornpone Telephone. Is he?
Yeah, for a first time chat.
Oh, nice. Well, gets points for the follow. 5.
All right, well, he's at 15 points now.
Yeah,
Okay.
and let's not forget that 100 points. Where is something right? Is that
Like in the
leaderboard
United
updated?
States?
No,
Or-
no, no. I mean in the leaderboard.
You want to dox him right now?
Yeah, let's dox him.
Yeah, it's updated.
Take a look. The big jump there for Sun King. He is now number 4. You know, and I shouldn't assume gender. I'm assuming
Oh my
that
God.
from the king. But, you know, there
Sorry.
you have it. 5'10", Clarky is here. Going up to P478, Sun King at 448. Shifty, you gotta catch up, man. You gotta get in this mix. Which you can do. Calling it 917-524-7853. We got all the games you love.
We do.
The ones you hate. You got Larry King 5s. Everyone hates that fucking game.
Oh my god, that game is the worst. But you know what?
I'm gonna
It's
tell you
great.
right now. If nobody
It's
calls
great
in the
to-
next minute, that is what we're doing with our time. We are gonna play
I know.
Larry King 5s.
Oh my god. This cat is insistent on being on the stream today.
Well, how do you think that cat would do in a rousing game?
Of
Dog
Larry King
Boy,
5s.
Baby yeah, of Larry King 5.
We could also, I mean, the cat could also play dog toy, baby toy, sex toy. Oh wow, she jumped right up there for that.
Oh, Shifty admitting his cat's a terrorist. Well, Shifty,
Oh,
better watch out.
it's
That cat
yeah.
is going to be going to El Salvador.
That's exactly what we need.
Yeah.
Army of American cats down there. This cat's from the streets, right? You're from the streets. She's purring. She's happy.
That's adorable. We love a cat here at Desperate Losers.
We do.
It would be probably pretty toxic for our brand. But not for our brand.
I know.
You know, people at home midday calling into a game show. There's a lot of cats in that mix.
Yeah.
I'm not
Oh,
saying
yeah.
it's this Venn diagram, but it's like this Venn diagram.
Yeah. There's some overlap for sure.
Yeah, a healthy dose. So, you know, nobody is calling in, and that minute has passed. So, fuck
All
the
right.
audience.
The nightly news is out, and Larry King is in.
What a way to make a living.
Chris, you know how this works.
Oh, I do. Do I ever?
We're gonna be looking
Let's.
at our very own digital scratcher, Larry King 5s, with 5 winning guests. These winning guests are matched to any of these 10 guests. That's a win. But if we should accidentally reveal Geraldo Rivera, that's gonna be a lose. It's gonna be a lose for all of us. But before we get there, I'm gonna reveal some eyes. And we're gonna take some guesses to pick what celebrities from the 90s these could be. So let's punch in tight here.
Yeah.
Got
I
some
need it.
eyes here.
I wear these big glasses. They're not for looks, man. I can't see. Okay, stop.
We got some glasses over here. Almond-shaped eyes over there. Oh, give you a little bit of a nose there. Some very suspicious-looking eyes here. Here's some very intense eyes. Oop, and that's a little bit too much of a face, but there's the eyes. I feel like the easy pickings here are going to be this, this one all the way on the right. Fifth winning guest. You got a lot of a face there. I'm going to solicit guesses both from the chat or call in 917-524-7853.
Yeah.
For correct guess, I'm going to give you 10 points. You know, I want to encourage people to play this game. Chris, any of these look familiar to you?
Oh yeah,
These
I think
are all
the two on
90s celebrities.
the two on the right look super familiar. The middle, I've got some suspicions. Not sure about number 2. Feel like I'm going to feel really stupid about number 1 when it's revealed.
Number 1, I don't think really has a whole lot of fame anymore, but number 1 in her time was very, very famous. This middle one, Chris, I'm going to give you a big. Big.
It's not.
These suspicious eyes. Sun King saying 4 is Yasser Arafat. That could be. That very well could. This one, Chris, if you were a middle-aged in the 90s, I feel like you'd be very. But we do have a guess. So I am going to scratch a little bit more. Find out we're seeing a Kafia. This is a very strong possibility for Yasser Arafat. And I think it is. I think it is. That's going to be 10 points for Sun King. Really just climbing. This is Sun King. Yay.
Yeah.
Getting that blank check. Getting Yasser Arafat, Sun King. Complete your absolute point takeover. Call in 917-524-7853. Chris, any guesses on this middle one? I feel like you know who this is.
At first I thought it was Lucy Lawless who played Xena.
Yeah.
And then I thought it was Tanya Harding. And now I don't know.
I'm going to give you a little bit more. The hat. Some kind of strange... lose the number for a moment. Strange dress situation going on.
Chainmail, huh?
Yeah, this person has real witchy vibe. Real witchy vibe.
It's not Xena Shrek of the Satanic Temple, is it?
I don't Shrek of the Satanic Temple because I don't know who that is.
Oh, she looks exactly like Taylor Swift.
No, throw that up for me.
Yeah.
Take a look. I will give you the first letter of this person. An A. I'm going to give you the last letter. Their last.
There you go.
Oh yeah. Could be.
Tell me
I feel like this person has dark hair.
This is just
going on.
Just evil Taylor Swift. I don't know. Oh, wait a second. Is that China?
No. This person's name starts with an A. Their last name ends with an E. Second from the right, we're getting a Phil Hartman guess. The real is Dodge. Give you a little bit more here. Hairline, high hairline. Maybe a little too high. Or
that isn't the little guy from My Dinner with Andre, is it?
Little guy from Dinner with Andre. Are you saying that this is Wallace Shawn, famed playwright? Wallace Shawn? Real Dodge is more convinced that this is Phil Hartman. Let's see more of that face. Let's see. I don't know. That nose is not feeling Hartman to me. Don't think this is Hartman. Could be. It's hard to tell with something tragic. A real doughy face. Do we have any other guesses now that the face is fully revealed? This person?
Ooh, Roger Ebert?
I don't think this person's heavy enough for Roger Ebert. This person dominated headlines in the late.
Bill Myers?
Bill Moyers. Bill Moyers would be an excellent guest. Bill Moyers is exactly the kind of person who would be on Larry King 5. But it is, in fact, Ken Starr. Special counsel Ken Starr was investigating.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Very 90s. Can't get more 90s than Ken Starr. Just an absolute fucking dip. Look at that. Just nothing face. Chris, witchy person. Name starts with an A. Last name ends in an E. It's killing me that you don't know who this is.
It's killing me because I thought it was China. It's not Madame Cleo.
No. Now, this person is, I'm just going to come out and say it, this person's white. It's definitely not Miss Cleo. I'm going to give you the full face. Because the face, this person is not like, not have the most famous face. But the name, God, what a name. Just absolutely synonymous with middle-aged lady reading in the 90s.
Anne Rice.
It is Anne Rice.
I didn't know she was such a middle-aged
Well,
like ladies liked her.
Yeah, she was like moms loved Interview with the Vampire back in the day.
Oh, okay.
You know, that was kind of like the 50 Shades time. Yeah.
Yikes.
Saucy, you know, what was it, Vampire Lestat? That was his name, right?
Yeah, Lestat.
Yeah. Anne Rice. Look at that crazy headdress. Looks like she's wearing like a 19th century tablecloth. We got two more people on the board here, though. I'll give you a hint. Neither one of them is white.
Well, I mean, the one on the far right, I think we all know who that is. It's not.
Do you know who this is?
Is there an Ice Cube?
This is not Ice Cube.
Oh.
Good guess, though. This person is definitely in the field of entertainment. Getting iced tea from Sun King. It is not iced tea. I'm gonna give you the top. The hat is a big clue as to who this is. Water tea from Really Cereal. I'm gonna give you that full face. I feel like you guys are really letting me down. Is no one here?
Is it Martin?
No! Is no one a fan of the Kings of Comedy?
No.
This is dearly departed Cedric the Entertainer.
Oh.
Wow. Shifty Merchant, the guy who did Mambo No. 5. I love that you guessed it. It's Lou Bega.
It's Lou Bega.
That's a wrong answer, but it's what a great 90s person. Give him 5 points. Give Shifty 5 points for even mentioning. Yes,
Lou Bega.
Cedric is gone. Realist Dojo. Actually, confirm that for me, Chris. I'm like 90% sure Cedric is gone.
Okay. Let's see.
But if not, my apologies, Cedric.
We're gonna get a call from Telly if we're not careful.
True. Is he alive?
Hold on. Wait. I'm just double checking.
If there's an is in the Wikipedia article, you know he's alive.
He
First sentence is there an is.
Yeah, he is
All right,
alive.
well, my apologies, Cedric.
Wow, it's oh sorry.
No, you're good. That's fine. We'll go back to Larry King. Wow, I chastised everyone for not being big fans of the Kings of Comedy, and then I showed myself absolute fucking ass. Just hanging ass out here, thinking Cedric is dead.
He received it. In fact, in 2019, he received a star on the Walk of Fame.
Wow. So, very much being honored. But a fellow Missourian to our good friend Shifty Merchant. Looks like he is from Jefferson City, Missouri. Shifty, I'll give you an extra 20 points if you go to Jefferson and put up like a memorial to Cedric the Entertainer. with our tear-off. You honor the passing of Cedric the Entertainer, even though he's still alive, in Jefferson, Missouri. I'll give you an extra 20 there.
You can honor somebody's life when they're still alive.
Can you?
In fact, there should be more of that. You know, why are we always honoring people after they've croaked?
I don't know. Well, I feel I have not seen Cedric in a long time, but I'm probably just out of the loop. If I give you a little bit of the hairline here, Chris, do you have a guess who this person is? This person had immense fame in a very rapid period of time. Not for scandal, though, for genuine achievement.
Was it Christy Yamaguchi?
It is. It is Christy Yamaguchi.
I'm sorry. I had a poster of her on my wall growing up, so I know that face.
Yeah. I mean, who didn't? Who didn't?
I brought my Christy Yamaguchi poster to camp to put it on the wall of my cabin.
Wow.
I mean, I was a competitive figure
Is this
skater. I
like
was super into
height
it.
of her career, like 94, or is this like
Yeah.
you held on to the dream beyond that?
Oh no! I was young. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, we gotta get some guesses on the board, 1 through 10. Where
Yeah.
we go. So I'm gonna invite chat, but also like even more important, chat. Guys, considered some real serious points just by calling in and playing. Sun King could win a ton of points. Sun King just called in. For everybody else, just 20 points for the call. Let's get this show going. We are 48 minutes in and not one call. 917-524-7853. We don't get a call, we'll just, just play it. Chris?
Hit me with the eyeballs.
Chat, what number you guys want? Where do you want me to scratch? Remember, if you match Christy Yamaguchi, Tenstar, Anne Rice, Yasser Arafat, Cedric the Living Entertainer, you're going to win. Very good spot. I'm getting a 3 from Sun King. 7. Real is done. We'll do that 3 first because it came in first. If you get any of these, now the card says 5, but I'm feeling extra. I'm going to give you 50 if you match that. If you get Geraldo though, it's going to be a nothing. An 8. All right, let's take a look at the Isama. Ooh, I don't know if this is a match. These are some intense odds. Let's check in on it. Bye. Tense looking eyes. Matt has been missing now for 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, he had jury duty first week. Now he's on vacation. But we don't know when we're going to see him again because, as it happens, Matt was selected for that jury. And I can't go into details because it will dox him, but it's a serious case. I don't know when we're going to see him again. Up a little bit there.
Shifty said he tried to call in, but he got the voicemail.
Oh, he got the voicemail. All right. Well, it's on now, Shifty. You can call in.
It looks like Bridget Nielsen there under number 3.
This does feel like Bridget Nielsen. I don't know that.
Or Brigitte.
Brigitte. Is she still with Flava Flav? Is that still happening?
No. Oh my gosh, no.
Flava Flav is like the thirstiest person on Blue Sky. I don't know if you've ever seen the guy on Blue Sky. He's like the ambassador. He just welcomes everybody who joins. There's Shifty. Shifty, welcome.
Welcome.
How's it going, man?
How is Sun King beating me if he's never even called in? That doesn't make any sense.
Not only is Sun King beating you, but if Sun King called in, he would be beating you extraordinarily handily.
He must be. I think he's just nailing this. He's nailing these games. I remember correctly.
Shifty.
Nailing.
Yeah.
I'm feeling so generous. You're pulling us out of a hole here. We were getting no callers, almost an hour in. 50 points.
Well,
Just for
I mean,
Colin. Just for
I-
Colin, 50 points.
All right, I'll take it.
Shifty, do you have a sense of who this number 3 person could be? This person, I'm going to give you some hints here. This person was famous for being on infomercials. This person is now trying to be a yoga influencer, seemingly not with much success.
I was leaning towards Yasmin Bleeth, but I don't know why.
Well,
I really don't know why that name came to my mind.
I'm gonna give you the head. Maybe the head will jog your memory. This person is quintessentially 90. The name that you probably have not
Sinead
heard of.
O'Connor.
That's a great guess based on this haircut. Great guess. But Sinead O'Connor, to the best of my knowledge, not really an infomercial gal.
No.
Damn. Well, my
Also,
other guess
she
was
has
going to
passed
be.
away.
Yes, he is gone.
My other
She's up
guess
there
was
in
going to
heaven
be
with Cedric the Entertainer.
Bjork was never on any infomercials, so.
Bjork? No. Bjork was never in the infomercial game. I don't.
Damn.
Was Bjork ever clean shaven of head? I don't think.
No.
Bjork ever.
Well, based on the face, the eyebrows and the eyes was what's making me think that. But I mean, I don't watch a lot of infomercials. I didn't really.
Yeah. If you're
most people try to avoid watching them because they suck. So.
Oh, you know what? I just saw it. Pooh-Stoo's got it. Stop the insanity. This is Susan Powder.
Susan Powder? Who the hell is Susan Powder?
She had like diet infomercials in the 90s. Remember, she was always screaming, "Stop the insanity," because people were eating too much
Okay,
sugar.
well, to be honest, in the 90s, I was like 7 years old to like 17, so I really wasn't watching a lot of infomercials.
Well,
I had to go to bed early, and they come
I was
on
even
at night.
younger than that in the 90s, and I remember Susan Powder. She was fucking
Well, I was
everywhere,
allowed
man.
to stay up late. You know, like
It
where
wasn't
the
even
infomercials come on after. I had
Weren't
a
you ever
sad
sick
childhood.
home from school, man? Like, she was all over daytime TV.
No.
She was constantly on Oprah.
I generally watched things that I wanted to watch and not things like that I didn't want to see, like boring things like Oprah or infomercials. I watched a lot of cartoons.
Yeah.
You know, and played a lot of video games and went outside and played. You know, that's like kid stuff.
I get it.
Watch those
Your
things.
child, you don't want to see Susan Powder on
No,
Oprah.
Susan Powder would be a bad day. That would
That
be
would
like,
be a bad day.
man, today is just like the worst day ever as a 9-year-old. Like,
Yeah, you're sick home from school watching Susan Powder screaming, "Stop the insanity" on Oprah's couch. Well, I guess that wasn't in your
I also
experience.
never got to stay home from school being sick. I was never sick. I was not one of the lucky kids who was sick all the time. I had to go to school.
But you were never sick in your, like, 13 years of grade school education? I'm assuming you did all of it.
No, I've never had the flu, and I've really never had a cold.
You've
Maybe
never
like
had
a
the flu?
tiny bit. And I've never had a flu shot. And the only time I ever got to stay home from school, I remember distinctly, was in junior high when I was, I think, 13, and I got poison ivy on my face, and it got into my eyes, and they thought I had pink eye. So I
But
got
you
to
did
stay home
not-
from school for like,
Like, that's a sick day, but also, like, Shifty. I do not want to be talking out of school here, but I do have a suggestion here, which is that
Yeah,
is it
sorry.
possible? Is it possible that you were sick during your childhood, but don't know because you were just hungover too?
well, I didn't start drinking until I was 17, 18.
All right, so
And I was completely different before that.
let me suggest a second option for you, Shifty, because I find it so hard to believe you've never had the flu. Everyone's had the flu. Is it
I don't know what the
possible?
flu
is it
feels like.
possible, Shifty, that you have lost those memories? How many beers deep are we?
No,
at,
it is
Shifty?
not. I remember my childhood and my early preteens and my teens and everything, all that, all the way up until like 21 pretty well. And then when I started drinking and doing lots of drugs between the ages of like 22 and 27, that's where it gets kind of sketchy. And then from the ages of like 30 to like 40 just went by really fast. You know, like those 10 years just flew by.
I gotta say, Poostu made a health diagnosis, and I gotta agree with it. If it's true that you've never been sick, you never had chickenpox, I think you are gonna die of shingles.
Oh,
my friend.
okay. Wait. He's right. I did have the chicken pox.
See, it's little by little, this story is unraveling.
But that was before I went to school. That was when I was like 4. Before I even went to kindergarten, I had the chicken pox.
I don't
Wow.
know. This is feeling awfully convenient to me. I feel like there's a sick day and you're just not remembering it. But Shifty,
I know. I don't remember ever throwing up until I started drinking, like way later in life. Ever once throwing up or ever once feeling like crappy or sick. Not one time.
I'm gonna ask you one more question before we get into the game. How many times in your life do you think you've thrown up?
Oh my gosh,
at this point, hundreds of times.
So you went from never being sick, never throwing up, to throwing up hundreds of them, based on this one
but the
lifestyle
throwing
change
up
you
is
made in
part
your
of.
70s.
You know what they say, throwing up is growing up.
Is, if you're going to be an alcoholic, you just accept the fact that you're going to throw up sometimes. That's what happens. It's toxic. It's toxicity.
Well, Shifty, you got a 1 in 9 possibility to either win this, or another 1 in 9 possibility to lose. 1 through 10, where you want to go?
200 points if Shifty can get his mom to call us, and we can ask her questions.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, both my parents have passed away.
I'm sorry.
That, Shifty.
But if either one of them was alive, they would both say the same thing. My son is an alcoholic. Not at all. It is not at all like I hid it from them.
Yeah. Well, let's just hope that they're up there enjoying the comedic stylings of Cedric the Entertainer. 1 through 10, Shifty, where you want to go on this board?
Let's go 10. It's going to be Geraldo, and I'm going to lose.
You thinking this is you're going for a loss?
I mean, that's the most Desperate Losers thing to do.
Hey.
It is. Oh, this is not looking like a Geraldo.
No.
Oh, I know who this person is. This person would have been down on their luck in the 90s, but not so down on their luck that they wouldn't have been on Larry King. Their real heyday is the late 70s, early 80s, and then, especially for this audience, had a real big boon in the early 2000s where their career was suddenly re-revived. Getting the goot from Real as Dodge.
I was going to say Andre the Giant, but now I'm like, well, no, he didn't live to be that old, so
no,
not Andre the Giant.
No, Andre the Giant is up there in heaven with Cedric the Entertainer.
Oh man, I am not coming up with anything here on this guy. I would say it looks kind of like a wrestler, but
person
big head
is not a wrestler. I'm going to give you a little bit more of the hair. Beautiful head of hair on this person here.
It's not Wayne Newton, right?
No, but Wayne Newton is an excellent guess. An excellent guess. Give the orphans 5 points for how wonderful that guess is.
Wow.
Getting Lou Bega from Pooh Stew. I'm not going to give points for that.
I was thinking Sting, but now I don't think it's Sting. That doesn't look right either.
No. Got Jay Leno from Pooh Stew 2. Old Fabio from A Glass. Old Fabio.
I've got I mean, it's gigantic. I can see it really well, and I have no idea.
I don't think this is Fabio. Definitely not old Fabio, because Fabio would have been at the height of his power.
Michael Landon?
Michael Landon, that's an excellent guess.
Excellent guess.
This is Michael Landon hair to a T. 5 points just for even guessing Michael Landon.
That's Michael Landon hair, or, like...
I mean, yeah. I feel like this is also Patrick Duffy hair. It could really... It's a lot of 90s people rocking that 70s coiffure they never quite let go of. Give you a little bit more of that face.
There was definitely there was like the Super $1 Million Man or somebody who had hair like that. Okay, that looks like...
This name is going to start with an E. First name starts with an E. Yeah, that Sun King's got it. give you a chance.
All right, give it to Sun King because he
Oh.
wins all these damn games.
I thought it was Wayne Cochran.
Oh no, Wayne Cochran would have been way past his prime in the '90s. It was
That doesn't.
Eric Estrada.
Oh, okay. Well, now it looks like Eric Estrada, but
It was Eric Estrada the whole
it didn't
time.
look anything like Estrada.
I mean, the face hasn't changed, Shifty.
I
What are
know
we
him
doing?
as Marco. Marco from C-Lab 2021.
And he did play Marco in C-Lab 2020.
Are we giving 10 points to Sun King for that Eric Estrada guess?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do that.
Yeah. Famously on Chips. He was Ponch on Chip.
Punch.
Yeah. Shifty. The board is still yours. You did not pick out a Geraldo on number 10. Where do you want to go?
Go
Did
number
Pustu-
1.
I think Pustu, you got your 10 for powder, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Sorry, you said 1, Shifty?
1.
You're a man of extremes. I love it. Oh. Oh, it's too much of a face. You gotta know who this is.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Shifty, this
Oh,
person
man.
is so famous. Real as Dodge already has it. Give Real as Dodge those 10 points. I'm just
Well,
gonna
All right.
I would certainly not have. I would not have guessed Reagan, so I'm
You
glad
would
he
not
got
have
it.
guessed
'cause I was
Reagan?
not. No, I was gonna guess the straw man from The Wizard of Oz. The guy doesn't look anything.
I don't think he was alive in the 90s. These people all have to
I
have been
don't know.
alive to be on Larry King. Although I
Oh
am,
yeah,
I am
that's
gonna,
right. I gotta remember.
Yeah,
This is all 90s.
Reagan would have
90s.
been very, very deep
Yeah.
into, like his Alzheimer's. He probably would not have been a great guest. But you're still on
alive.
the board there, and you're still on this board here, Chris. Shifty, where do you want to go?
Go 7.
7. Ooh, these are some exciting pies. I don't know who this is. Can't give you any hints. I'm not sure who this is. Seeing some curly hair. Oh, maybe I have it. Maybe I do know who this is. If this is who I think it is, how can I give you a hint that wouldn't absolutely give us away? This person definitely had a music video. So they are a musician that became a meme.
Billy Idol?
No.
No.
Billy Idol is a real musician. Wow, what a picture of Reagan you found.
I know. Pustu's guessing. This is after he got shot. You know, he's out there with the hat. Billy D. Williams from Pustu. Could be.
Billy D.
Could be.
Williams.
I gotta
Is
say,
it Steven Seagal?
I'm
Wait,
not sure who this
Steven
is,
Seagal.
but I can definitively tell you this is not Steven Seagal.
Billy Squire?
Giving you a little bit more of the. Give me a little bit more of the hair there, Shifty. Seeing a fro. Seeing an afro.
Steve Gutenberg.
Steve Gutenberg. Now, he did have a little bit of a Jufro. Belush.
I don't know. Even though it's 90s, I'm just like, I don't see anything.
The Goot
like
is still in play in the 90s. Firmly. Let's give you a little bit more. This is going to confirm to me this next little bit if this is who I think it is. Yeah, this is who I think it is. There's just a faint hint of a mustache going on. We're seeing a mustache. Yeah. We're seeing a fro. This person would have been in their heyday a little bit before. Oh, Real as Doge got it. Oh, no, it isn't.
Lionel Richie.
I was wrong. I fucked this one up. It's Smokey Robinson.
That doesn't look anything like Smokey Robinson.
That's what he looked like in the 90s, man.
No. That
That
looks
is-
like Richard Pryor if it looks like anybody.
Yeah, I thought it was Richard Pryor, but then you said a musician, and I was like, did Richard Pryor put out a
He
record?
was a musician. Yeah, let's be honest, right? Like Richard Pryor really set the stage in the 70s for the Jerry curl and mustache look. And a lot of people, they got on that train. It's just a great fucking train. Yes, Smokey really did look like Lionel in the 90s. Kind of a tricky one. Tricked even me, and I made this card.
If you guys have never heard it, look up the Smokey Robinson song "Love Bath." It's hilarious.
Love Bath?
Love Bath. It's an actual song he actually wrote and recorded, and it's so bad, it's hilarious how bad it is.
Wow. I don't think we can look it up without getting kicked off of
Well, I mean, just on your own personal time.
Yeah, on
Just-
my own
just
personal
listen to
time.
it.
I'll get into
Yeah,
the...
it's like, get in the tub. It's like, turn on the water. We're taking a love bath. It's like, it's so bad.
Yeah, you know what? Pustu just suggested, he just told us that he saw Lionel Richie with Wolfgang Puck at a Parliament Funkadelic show. I want to know more about that. Later in the show, definitely call in, Pustu. If that story is great, I'm going to give you a ton of fucking points. I want to know more about that.
I know one thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit Geraldo here soon. I can't get this lucky for very
You
long.
have as good a chance of hitting Geraldo as winning. These are 50-50 odds.
That's true.
Okay, let's go 4.
4. It's not Geraldo. I'm seeing some very feathered hair. Seeing some baggy eyes here. I think this person might be a little bit old. An older person in the 90s. Getting Margaret Thatcher from Real as Gods. Pustu saying it's Ronald McDonald. It could be either of them. B. Arthur.
Is it-
All of these are in play. All of
Julia
them.
Child?
Julia Child could be. It could be. It could be. But it could
Damn.
be. Let's remember, Larry King was on from the 80s to the 90s. It's kind of feathered
Not
hair.
Angela
really.
Lansbury.
Angela Lansbury, another great one. These are all wonderful guesses. Let's see more of the hair. Let's. Nobody's quite got it yet. Let's see a little bit more of the hair. There's a receding situation going on here. The big
Danny
forehead.
DeVito.
Walter Mercado.
Mercado.
Excellent guess. Excellent guess, but I don't think this is Walter. Because we would already be seeing earrings if this was Walter. I'm just not, I'm not feeling it. See if we get anything out of the shoulders.
Is it Mrs. Doubtfire?
I don't know. This person is wearing shoulder pads. Billy Crystal. That's a great guess. You know, I love that we live in a world where it could be Margaret Thatcher or it could be Billy Crystal.
Is it Robert De Niro?
Let's see some letters here. I'm seeing a J. His name starts with a J. Last letter. Last name. Looking like an N. We're looking, starts with a J. First name starts with a J. Last name N. With an N.
Joe Episcopo.
In what world does Joe Piscopo end with an N?
This is hilarious. The Automod just held a comment from Sun King. It's flagged Jackie Mason, potentially.
It flagged the correct answer. It is Jackie Mason. I don't know
Who the hell
what it
is
is
Jackie
about
Mason?
Jackie Mason. From Caddyshack? Famed
It says that
sports
it-
show comedian?
It's holding it because of race, ethnicity, or religion.
So merely talking about Jackie Mason is out?
Stupid auto.
Yeah, fuck that. God damn. Jackie Mason.
Is it because he might be a Mason? Like a Freemason?
I don't know.
Is
I'm
that the
doing
religion?
absolutely
Or is it
awful.
because he's so Jewish that they... I don't know. What I don't know what the flag is.
That's the points, though. It absolutely is Jackie Mason. And I agree, Pustu, this is the right wing trying to suppress Jackie Mason content, probably because it's too woke. Shifty, what do you want? This board is still yours. You are still, much to
Hey,
your
at
own
least-
chagrin, playing this game.
So I mean, at least so far I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 without hitting Geraldo. That should be
That's
worth
true.
something. But I'm doing
It
awful.
isn't,
I'm doing
because
awful at naming who
told
these
you,
people are.
It's 50-50 odds. There's only one Geraldo and one winner on this board. You don't get points for staying in the game. You just get the opportunity to win more points.
Okay, well at least I haven't hit Geraldo yet. Then
Yeah.
let's go 8.
8.
Go 8.
Not a Geraldo. Ooh. Dark hair here. This person someone did a very famous impression. Hey, Rhett, cousin, welcome.
Rat cousin.
I would love to give you Smokey Robinson, but I cannot. Not mine to give. Is Smokey Robinson up there enjoying Cedric the Entertainer? He must be.
I'll
gone,
find
right?
out.
Jackie's got to be gone, right? He's got to be like 1,000,000 years old now.
Yeah, he died in 2021. Jackie
I-
Mason passed away.
I saw
Smokey-
Jackie Mason one time coming out of the Russian tea room in New York City. It was August, hot afternoon, maybe 6 p.m., broiling sun, because it's daylight savings time. He's in a big fur coat. His wife is in a big fur coat, and they're walking down the street. Jackie Mason says the most Jackie Mason thing he could possibly say. He just turns to his wife, heated argument, says, "Where do you expect me to put it?" I really wish I knew what that was about.
I wish I did too. Smokey Robinson is alive.
Smokey Robinson, alive!
Alive.
You'll
Well,
have to
again,
see-
I don't think I have any guesses.
You have no guesses as to who this is. This person, big person in the 90s. Coming right back into it, give you that zoom in. This person was very famous in the 90s. Like I said, very famous impression of this person on SNL. I'm getting Bjork from Pooh Stew. That answer is so wrong. You're gonna love. You're gonna love how wrong you are, Pooh Stew.
It's star of Run Lola Run, Franca Potente.
Wow, deep cut. I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, it is not Carla Potente because I didn't even know her name.
Franca. I did a terrible TV pilot for her that never got picked up. Cinemax was trying to do not softcore content.
Well,
You
she's
know, there's-
ugly. I know that.
Whoa.
Whoa, shots fired on Carla Potente. Jeez. But also, like Cinemax, stay in your lane. Keep it softcore.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was. Wait,
I-
the best part about that gig was that the guy who wrote the script hadn't lived in New York in 30 years, and Cinemax bought it thinking that it was a period piece.
That's amazing.
And then over the course of the pilot, it had to be explained to them that no, it was in fact not a 90s period piece.
It was just written by an old man who had
Yeah.
not been.
Could not
Evil
been.
Lindsay Lohan. Also, when you guys see who this is, some of these wrong guesses, they're just so funny. I wish you could enjoy. Now, Chris, you did when you said what you said about this being Carla Potente. You did say a word, which I'm not going to repeat, that made me think for a moment that you absolutely had this.
Franca.
This person.
Everything I think of is absolutely wrong. There's just no way. So I
Here's
Is
a-
it Rose
here's a-
McGowan?
No, this person is a lawyer, but they're more famous. for something
Aaron
else.
Brockovich.
Ooh, Aaron Brockovich, great guess.
My
Sherry
favorite.
O'Terry. I like that Pooh Stew thinks that Sherry O'Terry is a lawyer.
Oh, that's a good one.
She does look like Sherry O'Terry. I'll give him that.
This person looks so little like Sherry O'Terry. I'm gonna give you a little bit more of that face, because this person is definitively not.
Whoa,
Sherry
that's
O'Terry.
a big nose right there. That's a big nose.
You know, my favorite billboard of all time is actually a lawyer billboard. Only because it has this woman standing cross-armed, and then it just says she's a courtroom bulldog that can't be leashed.
I guess I don't really remember very many famous lawyers from the 90s because I sure don't.
This person's
Recognize
name
her.
starts with an S. The 90s were the time for lawyers because of the OJ trial. A lot of them
Yeah.
became famous. This person's name starts with an S. Their last name ends with an S. We're looking at two S's here. Used to be a lawyer. The fact that they were a lawyer played heavily into the impression of them on Saturday Night Live. I'm gonna have to reveal more of the face. We're not getting guesses. Do we know? We've got the
I've
whole
watched
face.
a lot of
Oh,
Saturday
I
Night
have
Live,
no
and I still
idea.
How do you not
no
know
idea.
who this is? How do you not know who this is? Guys,
I really know.
it's Star Jones. I think Game Quoter got it. That's points
Game
for
Quoter.
Game Quoter.
All right.
Yeah, but I'm not going to do the full 10 on that because we'd seen a lot. We'd already seen a lot.
Basically, when you revealed it as Star Jones, I'm just like, I barely remember the name Star Jones at all.
Well, we've firmly established, Shifty, that you were not watching daytime TV when you were sick home from school because you were never sick home from school. You
No.
would be, if you'd just been sick a few more times in school, you could be crushing in this game right now.
But I do know, in the history of this game that I recall, like nobody's ever gotten this far without hitting Geraldo. Somebody always hits Geraldo like immediately, like the first or second one. Like,
But we'd have to go back to
I don't know.
to find out.
We
But
gotta
you-
go.
There's 4 still on the board. Still 50-50 shot that you win or lose.
Where's Geraldo at? I'll go number 2.
Number 2. Not a Geraldo. Oh, these are very famous eyes. These are very famous eyes. Person has a career because of their parent, I think. This is who I think.
Albert Einstein?
That's a great guess based on what we're seeing, but Albert Einstein would have been very firmly dead.
Oh, is that Maya Angelou?
Oh, wait, you know what? This person is not who I thought it was. This person...
Oh, wait. Al Sharpton is what I was going to say, but no, I think somebody just popped that in.
Sun King just said it, but you know what? I'll give it to both of you if you're right. That's looking like Al. Yes. We'll take it. 10 points for Sun King, 10 points for Shifty.
I'm pretty sure I did not steal that. I did not steal that from him. I actually thought of it and then saw he
No,
put
I
it
know.
in
That's
it,
why
so
you're
I
getting the points. That's why you're getting the points. I believe you. You're scrupulously honest about that kind of stuff.
I am very honest.
Even when you drunkenly went to Columbia and clearly put up a sign.
There's no way
to
I
this
went to
day,
Columbia.
You definitely went to Columbia.
That would imply so many things that I would be that drunk and drive 45 minutes and not remember any of it. Like,
I'm a Shifty truther. I believe that you went to Columbia. I believe you were sick as a child. I just have a hard time.
It is still a mystery. It's going to stay a mystery, I guess.
You know what the real mystery is? Sun King moving up really just behind Clarky here and Sleeve McDykel. Still never called. Never heard dulcet tones of Sun King.
Yeah.
Sun King's a big loser is what he is.
Damn. Shifty, you got 3 choices left. You now have equal odds that it is Geraldo, that it isn't, that it's the
Man,
winner,
I can't
and that
say
it isn't
that.
either one. This could
I'm
really
gonna
go
hit
either
it.
way.
Like, let's go number 6.
Number 6. Oh no, Shifty.
Oh no!
When we started this scratcher, we had no real idea what we'd find inside. As it turns out, we haven't found very much. Just that you're a fucking loser.
I made it so far, yet I still lost.
You almost cleared the whole card.
Oh, Shifty. That's heartbreaking. Heartbreak.
It really hurts.
Yeah.
Can we reveal the last two, even though the
Yeah.
card's done?
Let's do it. I'll give you the eyes of both.
My other guess was going to be 9. I wasn't going to go with 5.
Well, this one is not one of the winners. This one is one of the winners. I feel like 5 is going to be pretty self-evident now, though.
Katie Seagal, number 5.
Yeah,
Oh, no, she's one of the
I have
winners.
any guesses.
Yeah.
It's Anne Rice again, number 5.
Yeah, that'll be her. Anne Rice. In more standard attire. Not really wearing this strange doily situation.
Oh, that's right.
Here.
One of them was going to match one of the other ones. Okay.
Yeah, but there's one more here that you can take a guess on. This person, who this was part of a sort of a scandal, I guess, in the 90s. This person, let me give you the zoomed in view of that person. I don't know if this face would be as familiar today. Definitely made big headlines in the 90s. Started in one kind of career, and then was able to transition into another. This person was in a profession that sometimes is very hard to make it in as any other kind of job. If you got a guess here for me, I'll give you more of the hair.
Is that Florence Henderson?
Good guess. But what do you think the two careers of Florence Henderson would have been?
I really don't know.
Obviously musicals and wasn't she a singer too?
Yeah, but usually singers and acting, like those are very simpatico. Who's two guessing? Tanya Harding. That's a great guess. Very 90s guess. Person is not Harding.
I wouldn't think it would be Tanya
Yeah,
Harding.
this is
She's
not
too good
Tanya
looking.
Harding. But this person is also blonde.
Any others?
Any others?
Yeah, really.
Again, what do you think Tini Others did? Well, I guess she acted and then she was in. This person's name is in fact going to start with a T, but it's not Tini Others.
This is the worst day for me on this game because I've got none. Like, well, maybe one.
Here's the.
Oh, is this? Oh my gosh, it's
Still, like I'm still even seeing the whole face. I'm just like I.
My
don't
brain
know.
is. She's in Crybaby.
I don't think this person. Maybe this person is in Crybaby. It's the kind of person who would be in a John Waters movie.
It's not Tracy Lords.
It is. It is Tracy
Lords. Tracy Lords is a porn star.
Tracy Lords then had
She's also an
as
actor.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you consider porn acting, but yeah.
No, but she was in John Waters movies and a bunch of like big movies,
Yeah.
and all of her stuff got thrown out because she did it before she was 18. So a lot of that stuff got destroyed.
All I know is I would not have guessed that because I did not consider her an actress.
Well, she had a career. She made the transition. Very hard transition to make from porn to, standard acting. And she did it. Shifty, as always, thank you for your call. You are the VIP in this show for a reason. That's
Why
still
I
on
have
the
the
table,
diamond?
by the way. Anybody could be honored with VIP status if they go above and beyond Call of Duty, if they do something unexpected that we have not asked for in the service of this show. They can get that honor. Shifty,
I've got a lot of other ideas, but they might be bad. So I don't know.
I can't do. It does you no good, man. You already have the status. You could just rest on your laurels now. It's my dream.
Oh man, I've already made it. I don't need to try hard anymore. I could just coast, right?
You could coast. You could coast.
Oh,
We are.
that's not how I roll, though.
If we were not $1,700 in the hole, Shifty, my dream is to one day, if this show ever gets in the black, I want to make patches of the VIP of the seal, great Desperate Losers that we honored you on, and send you one. That's my dream. If we ever get in the black,
We got to get more than
Yeah.
like 20 or 30. We got to get up
Well-
there, like the big numbers.
Shifty, I do have the biggest card we've ever bought, which is not going to be big enough for your likes. I have a $10 card that I bought with our $10 winning last time.
Ooh.
You remember, we won $10 based on a spell that Chris cast.
It's true.
But I don't.
I used
want
to be
scratch
addicted
this.
to 1,000 at a flash, $10 tickets. I bought a ton of them, and I never won $1,000.
I can't imagine you would. Oh, we're getting another call from Pustu. Shifty, thank you for calling, man.
I'll let you go.
Thanks. Fecal Stewart, you're live on the air.
Jeez, enough Shifty for one day. Holy crap.
Well, no one else was calling in, man. And also, Shifty is the lifeblood of the show. He keeps it going. And you can slag him all you want, but he's always there for us.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Stu,
How's
I
your
know
day going?
It's going great. It's going great. Started rough, man. I had a terrible headache at the start of this show. But, spending time with you guys, doing a little Larry King 5s really perked me up. There's nothing like seeing Susan Powder brighten your day.
Dude, as soon as I saw her eyes, I was like, that's fucking Susan Powder.
I love it. I love that you know that. Were you like home from school watching Susan Powder on Oprah? How do you know Susan Powder?
I'm a Space Ghost Coast to Coast fan, and she was one of the first.
Yes. I think she might be the first guest on Space Ghost.
Yeah.
And she's great on that episode, too.
Yeah, she is. She's hilarious.
Yeah.
She gets it. You can tell she gets it.
Yeah. Well, she's I don't want to besmirch the woman, but she's got scammy vibes. I feel like scammers, they know when a joke is being played. They get it. There's a really great infomercial that one of these days I'm going to work somehow into the show where she's like wearing like a headband, like a big bow headband, and she's in bed reading fan letters. If we ever get fan letters, I might work something up with that. Stu, though, I know what game you want to play. But just confirm.
Oh, yeah.
What game do you want to play?
The price is all correct.
You got it, man.
All right.
Stu, I do not need to explain this game to you. You are the lord of the castle when it comes to this game, but just for the benefit of anyone new who might be watching, there are a bunch of lurkers who do not come into the chat. The price is correct. I show you an item from the 1902 Sears catalog, and then you have to guess the price. The person who is closest to the true price without going over is going to get some points from us. Are you ready to see the first item?
Of course.
Here we go.
And
The hog scraper. The hog scraper
nice.
will pay for itself first time used. Wood handle, bolt extending through the scraper, made of number 18 sheet metal. And then they also advise if you have a question, if you question the advisability of sending cash with your order, read page 1 and also the letters from our banks on page 12. Apparently a lot of people are getting these catalogs but not wanting to buy anything for fear they would get their money stolen. Talking a hog scraper, the drawing itself suggestive of something other than a hog scraper, but I assure the people at Twitch who are moderating for something that might get us kicked off of Twitch is indeed a hog scraper. Chris, what do you know about hog scraping? You must do some hog scraping out there in the country.
I So you would think that it would be to take off the fat, but it's actually to remove the hair from the outside of the hog. So really, because usually you burn off the hair, but then you got to scrape the last of it. So that's what I know about it. I've never used one. I've skinned a few fur bearers in my day, but I have not processed a hog yet.
You've not scraped a hog.
I have not scraped a hog.
See,
I'm finding some information.
Sense from Really Cereal. Now, Pustu, you know all of our reference points. The castrating knife, which I feel like is the closest item to the hog scraper, that was $1. 55 cents from Shifty Merchant. Pustu, how were you feeling on the hog scraper? How much do you think it cost?
Oh man, I wouldn't think it would cost as much as a castrating knife, because you can use a castrating knife for other things. You know, it's a knife. A hog scraper is kind of a one-trick pony, I think. So maybe 11 cents.
There's some in action.
Yeah. Well, let me take this. Just scraping up a hog there. This is, yeah. It's pretty effective from that little video.
I don't know. It feels like you usually have 8 guys.
8 guys scraping a hog?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just a circle scrape of guys working a hog?
Yeah. There's everything. It gets more wrong the more we discuss it.
It sure does. I'll take that from you again. The circle scrape of guys just working a hog.
It's the worst.
For each of these guys, Stu, to scrape that hog,
There's a guy in an orange hat with his hands in his pockets, just watching.
He's the supervisor.
Yeah.
Just the look on his face was funny.
He loves seeing 8 guys just scraping up a hog, going to town.
I love the thumb.
There's a lot of guys watching in the back. Now there's some guy on his phone. He's seen too many hogs be scraped. No interest in these proceedings.
Another guy's recording.
Yeah.
We got Oakley's man in the corner.
Well, remind me again. What was your guess there, Stu?
11 cents.
11 cents. Chris, do you have all the other ones from chat locked in before
I do. We have 8, 55, 40, and 10.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna reveal the price. Hog scraper is 18 cents. Someone got that on the nose, right?
Yeah.
No. Who? We got 8 cents.
8 cents. It was 8 cents. Who's closest without going over?
Sun King. Well, yeah, you, but also in the chat, Sun King.
That's points for both, you know?
Yeah.
10 points for each of these fellas. Excellent work, Pustu. Are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
Do you feel like you've played this game a lot? Do you feel like you're getting the hang of it? Do you feel like when you come into this, when you make that call to the show, you feeling confident?
No.
I don't blame you, because there's no rhyme or reason to these prices.
I don't understand 1800s economics, apparently.
Well, this is the early 20th century. This is coming to us from the Stereo Opticon Lecture Department. This is maybe their most popular slide set. So the way that this used to work back in the day is kind of like a magic lantern situation. People would travel around with slides, little glass slides that they would put in this kind of camera situation. I'll zoom in on that so you can see a little better. They put it in this machine, had a real bright light. It was usually like, an arc light or something like that. And they project on a wall and they would give a lecture. The lectures were usually like red, it was like a path thing. And dudes went around town, from town to town doing their shows. Kind of like an early version of the movies with a circus. And this particular slide set was apparently very popular. Pleasant and honorable employment with short hours await in the field of stereopticon lectures. This set of 15-color McKinley assassination slides include realistic views of the assassin himself, taken within minutes of his capture by the police. Beautiful slides of the funeral cortege. In fact, a complete history of the most terrible tragedy of the present century. The love and respect which the president was held by all classes of people, all shades of politics, will ensure the success of this addition to an outfit. The stereopticon is not included. We're only talking about the slides themselves. And when you guess this price too, I want you to keep in mind that a lot of these prices, they're for people who are, using this stuff around the home. But this is basically a business. Like a lot of times, stuff that you can make money off of, they charge a premium on it. So one could be a little bit higher. It might not be than we usually see. But, Chris actually pulled up the slides themselves. Their color, beautiful. Chris, cycle through this. Look at that. Oh, McKinley dying in bed. Who doesn't want to see that?
There's only 4 of them.
In bed. There's only 4. Let's see the others. Oh, this must be the funeral procession that they were much crowing about. What's the last one? There he is, lying in state. Old McKinley.
Who doesn't want to? It's so the idea that you would all right, we got to find a babysitter. We got to, for 19 kids. We got to get the horses saddled up. We're going to town. We're going to see a man talk about 4 pictures.
Yeah, and you got to imagine that it was the guy was in town probably for a week or 2. So people
right, if you miss it.
Have you seen the McKinley assassination?
Yeah.
Oh, the funeral procession. Beautiful. Beautiful. I saw people of all classes and political stripes at the show. How much does that set go for now, Chris?
I'm not sure. There is a full set that also includes an electric chair execution.
Oh,
and that's
we gotta
going
see that.
That's going for about 1,500.
God damn.
Oh.
There's the chair, and him waiting to go to it. There he is in the chair.
And there he is in the chair. Yeah. Well, you want to see a before and after the chair.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for in my electric chair.
Yeah. So you can get both of those.
When it comes to price, what are you looking for?
Oh,
Shifty
I'm sorry.
saying $14.99.
This is them. I apologize. This isn't both of those sets. This is a set where they are showing the execution of the McKinley assassin.
Ooh.
So you could get.
This is a sequel to the McKinley
This is the
assassination.
sequel. Yeah.
Yeah. Does it hold up? You think it's better than the original?
I think it's darker than the original. That's for sure.
The original's pretty dark too. Man dies in that one.
That's true.
President, beloved by all classes of people in all shades of politics. McKinley was kind of a real piece of shit. Do a little reading on McKinley. That guy, one of the worst presidents we've had. Definitely had it coming to him.
And they made a lot of photo stuff.
Before we get to your guess on what the slides are worth, what do you think the show was worth? How much would you have paid in 1902? To go downtown, see McKinley get shot.
It's gotta be like 3 cents, right?
Could be. I don't know.
Can't a dime.
Well, wait a second. A 10 and 1 cost a nickel. A 10 and 1 is a sideshow.
That was a nickel.
I think it was, or was it 10 and 1 a dime?
I don't know. So we're talking to go see who was it? Go see this sideshow, Chris. You're thinking that it's either a 10th or a 20th of a castrating knife.
Yeah.
Stu, what were you saying? You were about to say how much would you pay to see McKinley get shot?
Well, I'm thinking about how much I would love to get together with the members of my community to watch Luigi Mangione murk that guy.
Yeah, how much would you pay to see Luigi?
So, I mean, at least a dime back then. I'd pay
But
$5.
Today, in today's money, Poostu, what are you paying to see Luigi?
Today's money to see a
Yeah.
slideshow, the Luigi situation, I'd pay typical movie theater prices, like $10, $15. I'd
Wow.
totally, 100%. Especially if it went to his fund. Fuck yeah.
I think that's low, man. Movie theater price? This is like a live lecture with a guy with slides.
Wait,
You know?
do you think that's gonna be more expensive or?
Yeah. I mean, think about how much like a Taylor Swift concert is. This is at least as good as that.
Listen, Susie. I know you really wanted to see Taylor Swift, but don't worry. I've got something just as good. It's
Yeah.
a series of slides on the McKinley assassination.
It's a murder on the street. Poostu, what are you feeling for the price of the slide, though?
This is a slide. I'm gonna guess $11.
$11.
Wow.
It's like a business investment, right?
It is.
You're getting
It is.
the
Yeah.
Did Donga saying 3? Sun King saying 745. I think I saw Shifty Merchant a while back, 11 something, right?
He ended with $14.99 and 20 cents.
That doesn't. So he's saying $1,499.20.
No, $14.99 plus 20 cents. I think. I don't know.
So he's making us do math. Is basically.
It's $15.19.
Yeah.
These guys.
All right. Well, are you ready to take a look? Shall we see it? Do you feel confident in your answer, Poostu?
No, I don't. Well, let's run it anyway.
No. Let's talk it through. Let's talk it through before we reveal it. You feeling like your number's too low? You feeling like it's too high?
I don't know.
What are the
Maybe
other
too
guesses?
high. Maybe $11 is too much. I don't know.
Could be. Could be just right.
Why?
Noted historian
15
Shifty
color-
Merchant is telling us 20 cents was the cost of a movie, which I wouldn't believe him because I don't think that we had movies like commercially available in 1902. Not except like maybe on like an odd occasion where like they traveled. There were no like big movie theaters in 1902. Stu, 11,
Yeah.
something more, something less. What do you want to do before I reveal?
Let's do 11's fine. 11's cool.
All right.
Sure.
For all the Luigi Mangione heads in the audience, we'll now reveal the price.
Are we gonna hear from Carol, or is it too late?
$7.50. Oh, we can hear from Carol. It is too late for Carol,
Ooh.
though.
All right.
$7.
Oh, Sun King.
What did he have?
$7.45.
Wow! I don't know how he's doing it, but I feel like he's cheating. He's doing so well.
How
I
many
don't want him to
points we
flip.
get? 10 points?
Yeah, 10 points. God damn,
Right,
Sun King. Well, let's you ready to do the next one? Be
Yeah.
the last one of the regular game. This massive bed. That is
Wow.
the actual title of this item from the Sears catalog. I did not change that. It's just called This Massive Bed. This massive
It also
iron bed is
Looks like
without
a
a doubt.
queen.
I don't know.
Not even. It's like a full.
That's massive in 1902.
Okay.
The people were smaller back then too, Chris. You got to remember, the people
Not-
were like 2.5 feet tall.
They-
You ever looked at stuff from the turn of the century? Everything's tiny. Tiny. The pants are like this big. This massive iron bed is without a doubt one of the handsomest ever shown in our catalog. In point of quality, it is equal to beds offered by other dealers at double its price. It is 68 inches high. It has 1 5/16 inch posts, a 1 16 inch top rail, and 3/8 inch filling. The chills are exceptionally massive, of pretty design and decorated with gold, giving the bed an elegant and at the same time modest appearance. We furnish in full size only, 4 feet 6 inches wide, but in any color desired. That's white, pink, blue, maroon, black, dark green. This thing weighs 175 pounds. Sakadangdanga is saying $30. Pooh Stew. This massive bed in any Victorian color you like. What do you think? 175 pounds. Heavy.
I'm gonna guess $25.
$25. Chat. Put them in. Put them in if you got those guesses. We're seeing a 25. We're seeing a 30. 94 from Really Cereal. Chris, was the windmill even $94?
Yeah, wasn't it like a... No, it was 80 something.
Yeah. 31 from Shifty. 755 from Sun King. Pooh Stew. Feeling good about your bet?
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a look. Chris, you got all those locked in?
Yes, we do.
This massive bed,
Wow.
$9.85.
What was Pooh Stew's guess again?
It was $25. Sun King got it again.
You're over. It's Sun King again.
Yeah, I feel like Sun King must have the 1902. Although he hasn't got, if he has the 1902 catalog, he's playing a really good job not, revealing it by getting it slightly off. Who's still?
And he's in second place now.
Shifty, there's no evidence. I can't have a trial about whether Sun King is cheating. Sun King hasn't even called in. I don't know anything about Sun King.
If you can email us evidence.
Yeah. But I also don't want to besmirch Sun King because I think Sun King is just killing it. I think Sun King is just maybe the master of desperate losers today. You want to see what the bonus game is, Stu, and then we'll decide if you want to play or not?
Yeah.
It is the most dangerous part of the game. This is going to be greater or lesser. So, Stu, the way this works is I'm going to show you an item at the wrong price. This one's going to be for you only. You tell me if the real price is higher or lower. If you get 1 out of 3 of them, you are going to lose the points you bet. If you get 2 out of 3, you'll just stay even. If you get 3 out of 3, you will triple your points. And rather than, we've made these all or nothings, and I feel like that's kind of unfair. So I'm going to let you pick how many points you want to bet. And just to give you an idea where you're at, let's go to the leaderboard. Stu, you got 258 score points you could bet. You got 89 spending points you could bet. You could bet all of that, some of it, whatever you want. What would you like to bet if you want to play this? You can also walk away.
I'll bet my spending points.
You want to bet all? You want to bet all of them?
Sure.
I love it. I love it. All right, hold on a second. Let me just get the leaderboard off. Let's take a look. First item, greater or lesser? An Astrakhan fur coat. We are talking now. We saw the worst coat in the Sears catalog.
Yeah.
This is the best article furnished by us or any other house. If you want the finest high price coat, we certainly recommend this coat above all of it. It would cost double if it was purchased from any other seller, made from genuine Astrakhan fur with very curly and glossy skins. That's that kind of like Russian black coat with the curly, you know the kind I'm talking about, right, Stu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfectly trimmed, genuine natural otter fur, worsted loops and olives. The coat is lined throughout with first quality Skinner satin, quilted lining. We do not cheapen this coat to sell it at this price. The price, which we have here, that is wrong, is $35. A genuine Astrakhan coat. Do you think that the real price is higher or lower?
Oh, I'm gonna guess. How much was the worst coat? Do you remember?
The worst note, hold on, I gotta go back through the record. Give me just a moment.
You pull it up.
Hang on. The deep archive we have. It takes a minute to get into it. The terrible coat that we had, which had maybe my favorite description that I have ever seen in this year's catalog, was $10. It was a chinchilla coat, and it began that just so you remember, just to refresh it, the description of it began, we recommend buying a better class of goods. So $10 for a chinchilla coat, that was the worst coat. We're talking about the best in the Sears catalog, which is thousands of pages long. You know, there's a lot of coats in the Sears catalog. This is the best one. Probably going to be the most expensive.
Yeah, I think it's more expensive than $35 then.
Thinking it's higher. All right,
yeah.
Let's take a look. $50.
Wow.
That is a pricey coat. Pricey. Love it. You're doing great, man. Let's take a look at the next item.
And Shifty also got it.
Well, Shifty's not in this game. This game is
I know.
the bonus game is only for the caller. This is a learner's telegraph outfit. So Stu, you've gotten one right, which means you're not gonna lose your point. But you could win. Or no, you got to get one more to hold steady. You get all three, you're gonna triple. A complete telegraphic outfit. We're talking about the learner's telegraphic outfit, consisting of a key sounder on polished cherry work, a full-sized working battery, wire and chemicals ready for work, and a manual of telegraphy, a complete instruction book. Use this outfit and follow the instructions, and you will soon become a telegraph operator. Positions are open for operators on railroads everywhere for $40 to $60 a month. We've got the price here at $350. This is wrong, but you got to tell me, is it higher or lower? This thing is coming with a gravity battery.
It's definitely higher. This
Definitely
is an apprenticeship. It's a tool that is an apprenticeship, and it's got to cost some money.
Yeah, I'm feeling you, especially after we saw how much the McKinley slides cost. Oh no!
Ooh, it's
licking. They're just constantly licking themselves.
$1.65, great deal though. If you're looking to make $40 to $60 a month. Christy, you gotta get the next one, man. Gotta get the next one.
Of the
Oh, the Shifty drop? I don't know. I don't know, man. He calls in, he says all kinds of shit. You should hear the entire message. I'm sure he would love for us to play them.
You should start a SoundCloud of all Shifty's messages.
That's not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea, Bruce. We might just do that. Let's take a look at this last item. Let's see if you're gonna win or lose here. It's a safety pin. Number 3 safety pin. Highly polished and nickel plated. Most practical pin made. This price is for a dozen of them. If by mail or postage, you got to add an extra 2 cents, so that gives you some kind of grounding in this world. We're saying 2 cents for a dozen of them. That price is wrong, but is the real price more, or is it less?
I think it's more.
You think it's more? Let's find out. This is for all of your points in the spending. It's 3 cents.
Okay.
Excellent work. And you know, even though you didn't win, I'd love to give you a consolation prize for being a faithful caller and always playing the game with us. I'm going to give you 50 points if you can tell me, are all of the mats alive and how many piles of trash are in their house. And if you are the mats, you gotta get that one right. But the piles of trash, I'm gonna give you, because you're such a faithful player here, I'm gonna give you plus or minus 5 on the piles of trash.
All the mats are definitely still alive, and there's 12 piles of trash.
All the mats still alive,
Oh.
12 piles of trash. Let's take a look. Well, we do have 3 living mats. They're living absolutely immiserated lives. All of their plants are dead. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 piles of trash. What was your guess?
12.
12. That's just not going to do it, man. Not going to do it.
Did you still want to hear that P-Funk story? Or
I absolutely do, and I'll give you 25 points for that. Let's hear it.
So I usually take my camera with me to shows. And it kind of, I don't know, it's camouflage. People think you're working, even though I'm not officially. And so I was up front at the show, and I got this really good space, like kind of up on top of a chair in the corner, next to Wolfgang Puck and Lionel Richie. They were fucking partying hard. It was really cool. But this lady, she also had a camera, and she was like trying to get up to where I was at, and there really wasn't space. So I kind of was ignoring her because I didn't notice she had a camera. And when I did, I was like, oh shit, yeah, get up here, get the angle. And it turned out that she was with the band. And I ended up on their tour bus smoking weed. For like, we watched the entire Reno 911 movie on their bus. It was...
That's amazing.
Did Wolfgang Puck and Lionel Richie also go on the bus?
No, and George was with the two of them. I was hanging out with the band, so like,
oh, I see.
Star Child and George's
you're
grandkids.
the junior bus.
Pretty much. I think they went to like, I think George and Wolfgang and them went to like a hotel or something. Because he's getting old, you know, he's got to get near the bed.
Yeah, he wants to watch 911 from the comfort of a hotel.
But yeah, like the trumpet player, the sax player, Star Child Jr. Was on the bus. Just a really fun evening.
Oh man, that's awesome. I have a tour bus story of my own, which is one time I was going to Baltimore. My dad was getting surgery at Johns Hopkins, and as I got out of the bus station, which is across from an Extended Stay America, or it was at the time in Baltimore, I saw the Insane Clown Posse tour bus. There's 2 of them. Violent J has his own, and who's the other one? I don't know. They each have their own tour bus, and in their tour buses, they were watching on enormous screens, which you could see through the windows. The windows were tinted, but because there weren't any lights on in the bus and their TVs were on, you could see the big TVs coming out the windows. They were both watching the same porn in different tour buses. Strange, right? You know, and
like
not in the hotel either. Just in their tour bus, in the parking lot, across from the bus station.
It's like something out of a fever dream. That's crazy.
I feel like most Insane Clown Posse stories are like something out of a fever dream.
Do you think they counted down and made sure they were synced up?
They were. I feel like they must have been watching on satellite or something because they were in sync with each other. If my memory, now this is many years ago. If my memory serves correct, they were in sync.
Was it this bus?
So they were just watching the same channel.
Yes!
That like
Yes!
up the same video.
Oh, sorry, Chris. It was this bus. It was this bus. So imagine this in the dark night of Baltimore. The only lights are the sodium vapor lights outside of the bus station, which is like in the middle of fucking nowhere in Baltimore, right? Like the only thing in this area is the bus station and the Extended Stay America. And in that parking lot of the Extended Stay America, this sign is glowing hot with pornography. Stu, that's definitely worth 25 points. I love that. I love that you smoked up with Parliament. I love that you. Did you get any details? Like, what were Lionel Richie and Wolfgang Puck talking about? Like, what do those guys have in common?
Oh, I have no idea. I think Wolfgang was there with Lionel, and Lionel knows George. The vibe I got.
That tracks. It doesn't. The world in which Wolfgang is the one bringing Lionel Richie to a Parliament show, that does not track as much.
Yeah,
but
no.
Yeah.
Well, Lionel got on stage with George. I got a picture of the two of them together.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Did Wolfgang? Did he get on stage and make some like expensive airport food?
No. He was not advertising his presence.
I'm kind of shocked that you knew what he looked like, because I don't think I could pick Wolfgang Puck out of a lineup.
They got his picture in like the magazines and stuff. You know, he looks kind of like the Hell's Kitchen guy.
There he is. Wow. I love that 1988 haircut for him.
I know. That he looks like Willem Dafoe in that.
He does. He looks like an extra from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Like just one of the insane guys in the background.
He looks like Klaus Kinski doing a deep undercover bit.
Well, much as I would love to keep ripping on Wolfgang Puck, it is time for us to go.
Okay.
Christo, thank you for watching. I'm gonna give you one more honor. We're gonna raid another channel. I'm gonna give you some options. You tell me which you would like to watch next. Would you like to watch a live cam of a chicken coop? Would you like to watch German Elf? Or would you like to watch looks like it's gonna be a how-to video for a computer in the 90s?
Chickens.
Chickens. All right, we'll be doing chickens. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for calling in.
Have a good.
Yeah, we'll see you all next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.